Good day to you guys in Australia. I hope you survived the heat in Brisbane. Here, I must say it is end of November and we haven't had summer. The only way you can tell it's summer is because it's raining and we only have summer rain. But the weather or the temperature is really, it's not cold, but it's cool. In the evenings, it can become, we sleep with blankets still. I mean, I don't think you guys sleep with blankets. It's cool. Average temperature, I don't think, is higher than 22, 23 degrees at this point. So we haven't had summer. Maybe 1 or 2 days early in the summer, we had like 30s and 31s, but that was like really 2 or 3 days. So we are waiting for summer. And when summer comes, then I will complain again about it. I don't like 31s and 32s and so on. But anyway, so we've been reading about the judges, remember? The judges who came and judged or led the Israelites when, they were in trouble, and lead them out of trouble. They would when they were oppressed by certain nations, they would come beat the nations away, and then the Israelites could then live in peace again. So that was the job of the judges sent by God, but they were getting tired of the judges. And for some reason, they demanded a king. That's where we ended last time. So poor Samuel, who was the last judge and a prophet of God, had to hear from the people, the Israelites, that they want a king. So when he presented this to God, God warned them, or said to Samuel to warn them, how difficult it's going to be to live under a worldly king. Now Samuel was very disappointed because God has always been the ruler, the king of the Israelites since Abraham, and through Egypt and through the desert and into the promised land. It was God who guided them and brought them to where they were. So Samuel was very disappointed. But anyway, the point is, they wanted a king, and God said, it's fine. So today we're going to read about how the monarchy, the kingdom in Israel was established. And Samuel was the kingpin to make this happen. So Saul, we're going to read about Saul. Saul was the son of Kish, and they were from the tribe of Benjamin. And one day it happened that a group of donkeys left on their own into the countryside and were lost. And Saul's father sent him and some servants to go and look for these donkeys. And somehow Saul got to Samuel, and he then sought help from Samuel, thinking he's a prophet and maybe he can help to find us, to find the donkeys. So when he spoke to Samuel, to Samuel in the town square, Samuel told him, he said, Saul, the donkeys have been found. So, and then with that done, the job done, Samuel invited Saul to have a meal with him. But it wasn't a normal meal. It was a sacrificial meal. So there was something very different to this meal. And God spoke to Samuel and told him that this is going to be your first king. But remember, Samuel was a boy. That's why he could be sent off and wander around for days looking for donkeys. So that's his father sent him off. He was a young boy. But still, God said to Samuel, this is your first king. So the next morning, Samuel anointed Saul with oil, designating him as the future king of Israel. So Saul was going to be the first king, but not now, at that point in time, because he was still a boy. So it will happen somewhere in the future. The strange thing that happened was that after Samuel anointed Saul, he started to prophesy. He started to speak with the other prophets. And that must have been very strange to people for this young boy to start to prophesy. So as time went on, Samuel at some point called the people together at Mizpah to select the king that they have requested. What happened is they would decide by using the lot system. And when they went through this procedure, the lot fell upon Saul. But Saul was not there. Saul could not be found anywhere. Because, why? He was hiding amongst the baggage, the stuff that was in that surroundings. So they looked for him, they found him, of course, and they brought him out, and then he was recognized by the people as being, when they looked at this man, young man, not a boy anymore, he was head and shoulders taller than everybody else. So that they could see. So he was an impressive man. When the people saw him, because now the lot has fell on him, he's going to be the king, the people shouted, "Long live the king." So with that, Saul was he was already anointed, but appointed as the king of Israel. So after this happening, Saul returned to Gibeah, waiting for the people's full recognition of his kingship. It was going to take some time for people to get the information that the new king was appointed. It is Saul, and he was the first king. So how is that going to work? What are they going to do with him? Where is he going to stay? What is he going to do physically? So there was a lot still to be organized as the first king. Nothing was in place. So during this time, they were oppressed by the Ammonites. And the Ammonites decided to besiege the city of Jabes in Gilead. And when Saul heard this, the Spirit of the Lord came upon him powerfully. And he then decided that he needs to do something about the Ammonites. But now he needs to get the people to fight the soldiers, the army men, the men from all the different tribes. So what he did was, to rally the people, Saul cut up a pair of oxen and sent the pieces throughout Israel. So he sent servants with chunks of these oxen. And he warned the men that unless you come and be part of the army, the same thing is going to happen to your animals. So he was blackmailing the Israelites, the men, to come and fight in his army. And if anyone would refuse, that was the message, your animals would be cut up into pieces. So in that way, Saul gathered a large army, 330,000 or something like that. And with that army, he went out and defeated the Ammonites. And when he did this, it secured basically the acknowledgement with the people that he was now the king. So he became this big man, strong man, who beat the Ammonites. So that was a good way for Saul to start as the king, first king of Israel. So we'll read further next time of some more happenings around Saul and the next king. So we're going to run through all the other kings of Israel, and Saul being the first king of Israel. Right, that's it for today. Sleep tight. Remember, Oupa and Ouma love you too. And God willing, we'll speak tomorrow. Sleep tight. Love you. Ciao, ciao.